Let's discuss. Hey everyone, it's Rachel back again with another reaction video, and today I will be checking out a new track from Aviana. It is called Anomaly, and it's taken from their upcoming album Corporation, which will be out on August 3rd, and they mentioned that they're doing sort of a release over time, like there are a lot of the singles being released over time. It's more of like a collection of singles, which I've been into. I've really been digging the singles. I've done a few videos on the channel, not all of the singles I've covered on here, but I have heard all of them now at this point, and it's honestly hard for me to pick a favorite. I'm just loving this sound, so I'm very excited to check out this new one. I will link the video I'll be reacting to as well as all of their social media in the description. Other than that, I'm going to stop talking and we are going to get straight into it. Way different than what I was expecting.
Watch me lose all hope and never let me go. Leave me try to guess I fade away. Chew all the skin from my bones. Watch me break, watch me life so long and never let me go. Let me try to guess I fade away.
Aviana, Anomaly, let's discuss. This goes right in line with the other singles, and I feel like it takes a certain level of, for each single, when you're releasing an album, the way that Aviana has said that they're doing this, like releasing most of them as singles, each one has to obviously be single worthy, and not saying that like they have other songs that really aren't, but I'm just saying, like, it would be, you know, when there's an album that has like some tracks you're like, I won't really revisit this. Oftentimes those aren't really released as singles so much, at least in my experience. And so releasing it like this, each one has really made a statement in its own way. I feel like they each bring something different to the table while working together really well. And I almost thought for a moment that we were gonna get like just a completely more melodic, sort of tapping into the synthier sound of Aviana type of track, and that it wasn't going to have any unclean vocals or something like that. And I was fine with that. It had a really interesting sound to it, building up to the point that it built up to, and I would have been, I think, fine with that. And I was interested to see then in what, because, you know, normally even in a track that's more synthwave or something, a song builds up to a certain point when it's going in that direction. And so I thought maybe instead of like where that breakdown was, it might do something different or expand there. And then I was wondering like, well, will it be one that I don't revisit as much if there isn't really a point that it builds up to? But then I just started getting more grabbed by those melodic parts anyway. The haunting sound, like haunting sort of feeling that the vocals leave you with there. The mixing on this is incredible. Just that sound that's able to come across mixed with like, I don't even know. It's got this feel to it because of like some of the electronic stuff in there too, like very lightly detailed. There's nothing like overly obvious that I'm talking about, but just like small details that I was hearing some of. And then as you get into like the part of the song where it's heavy, that breakdown and such, some of the panning and stuff, the guitar work on it, I just love this. So took it from, you know, the surprise element and then kind of worked it into where it works with those other singles like we've been talking about. And it doesn't necessarily need to do that anyway. Obviously, sometimes on an album, there's a track that might be a bit different and such. And oftentimes those are like my favorites on an album, is like that one-off song that, you know, will never get played at a show or something. But this ended up tying back into that sound really well. It didn't end up being like that. So I really like this. I like the structure of it. I like the not knowing really where it was going to go and then having it go the way it did, and it just it really the build up to that, it just really kind of makes it that much more like, wow, this heavy ass breakdown here after thinking of how light and sort of haunting those vocals were. So anyway, on first listen, I really like this. An interesting track. I'll be putting this on the playlist for sure. I'm just really enjoying all these singles, so right on the playlist. Let me know what you thought. I don't have anything about this I would change. I had a lot of fun with this one. So video, all of their social media, all that stuff will be in the description. Other than that, you can also find my link tree in the description, which I talk about in every video, the Discord server. There's a lot of really kind people in there. We've got music related conversation unrelated to music, just sort of community about music that talks about other stuff as well. So if you're interested in coming and join, check that out. That will be there, as well as my Instagram profile link. On Instagram, I do post all music related content. I post a chart every Friday of what I've listened to the most over the course of the week. I post merch. I have a never ending merch collection, vinyl, sweatshirts, t-shirts, flags, all sorts of stuff that I post usually once or twice a week, merch, and then sometimes about shows if I've been to a show recently, sometimes about YouTube, stuff like that. So if that interests you at all, my handle on there is the same as my YouTube channel. It is Rachel Reacts, but again, that link will be in the link tree in the description. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.